Hello, everyone. I am Jennifer Kavanaugh, and welcome to Between Worlds. Today is March 23rd, 2021. This is going to be a bit of a double header this morning. I have so much to share. I've woken up bursting with energy, which is a wonderful thing to do. I wanted to share in this video something that I was thinking about this morning, and it actually came up on the weekend as I was speaking with some guests. And it was this quote that I used to have as a child that goes like this: Insanity is the root of all genius. And I think I was maybe 13 or 14 years old, perhaps somewhere in those early teen years, that I had written that quote down in my journal. And it was the result of me looking around in the world and being particularly interested in people who now would be described as suffering from mental illness, but back then they were just called insane or crazy. And I was always drawn to these individuals because I believed that what they were seeing was real. And I remember an incident in Toronto when I was a child. And I did not grow up in the city. I grew up in a very small town when I went to school with 12 other kids. So it was a small town, and going to Toronto was like your annual trip to the big city to go on vacation and see the world. And we were on a bus, and there was somebody there who was having some sort of episode where they were seeing something on the bus. And I remember being told, oh, they're crazy, stay away from them, so forth, the typical response. And I remember thinking in my mind, no, I think they're actually seeing this. It seems like it's very real to them. And I never really lost that curiosity, likely because I was seeing things as well. I was just maybe a little bit better at hiding it, um, that it actually existed. And as I sat with that reflection over a period of months, maybe even years, I began to wonder, what if the rest of us who aren't seeing these things are really the ones who are crazy? If or maybe we're really the ones who are insane. Because what if it's actually normal to see beyond the veil, to see beyond the matrix? What if that is normal? What if that's where all of our wisdom is held? And so that explains a lot, right? If this is where my head was as a child, for those of you who know me now. And I wrote it down, and that quote has never left me. It's been a really solid anchor for me for most of my life, that insanity is the root of all genius. So in those moments where I feel like I may be going insane, I always have this anchor reminding me that maybe this is where the grail is. Maybe this is where the key is to find that wisdom that we've all been searching for. And so I was sharing this quote. It hasn't come up in a long time, with somebody who was staying with us on the weekend. And this morning I woke up thinking about just the word insane or insanity. And when we start breaking words apart, right, we know that words hold an energy. Words can be used to cast spells. And it's important for us to really break down words. Again, something I used to do as a child. There were certain words that I would just sit and dissect and try to understand, how did we come to this word? Who actually sat down and created this word and it stuck in history? So when we look at insanity or insane, I woke up realizing that it's actually two words. The first word being in, and the second word being sanity. So if being insane is being crazy, but it also means being in sanity, within the sanity. So I have to wonder if in that very word itself, it validates the fact that when we go on these journeys, whether we want to classify them or name them as certain things like hallucinations, journeys, episodes, we have all kinds of names and labels for them to convince us that perhaps they are bad things for us. But what if through those experiences we find our sanity? We find our inner wisdom. We find those aspects of our soul that have been trying to integrate within ourselves. So the next time, those of you, star seeds, light workers, whatever you want to call yourself, again, the labels don't really matter so much in my mind, but you have those moments, and we're having a lot of them in the last year or so, where you think, maybe I'm just going insane. I want you to stop and break that word apart and really listen to that inner thought of, maybe I am going in to my sanity. Maybe I am finding that place within my heart, within myself, where the truth, the sanity, the knowledge, the wisdom can finally arise, where I can integrate it into exactly who I am. So give that some thought. See what you think. I'm curious. Have a wonderful day, and I will pop on and share another video shortly. I've been having some really crazy dreams, but into the sanity we go.